So guys, I don't know what about you. I don't know what you feel about this issue that it's literally 2026 and still the Somali community cannot acknowledge or accept that they are black until when they have issues that they can handle by themselves. Now they want to associate themselves with the black community. I mean, like literally, I feel like having some sense of literacy is very important because in this era that human beings live in, you don't even need to sit in a class to wait for a professor to explain a certain topic. Some things you can just Google, get to
Somalis
learn.
are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, we can't be black, bro. We literally can't be black, bro. Boogie, did you eat your brain cells? Really and truly, Somalis are Arabs, bro. Think about it, bro. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language, bro.
What I'm witnessing right now with the Somalians out there in Minnesota and all the issues that they're dealing with Trump and deportation is a prime example. Their response to it is a prime example of why FBAs call black immigrants tethers. I'm sorry, I'm not one to use that word, but I can see what they mean because the tether means to attach yourself to something. And right now I see a lot of Somalians who have never considered themselves black attaching themselves to black Americans as a way of deflecting what's happening to them and saying like, oh, we're all black and he's doing the same thing to us because we're black, just like black Americans. Listen to this.
President Trump and the base that is attacking our community. We understand that you are here to divide us, to create fear amongst us, and to selectively target the blackest immigrant and Muslim community in this great state. President Trump has had a history of targeting black people long before he ever ran for any office.
Yeah, Trump targeted black people. We all know that. But when y'all came here to this country, black people was like, oh, good, with more black people, come with us. And we tried to show you what it was like here. We tried to explain to you what was going on, and we were rejected. Like, let's not rewrite history. I know what happened. Y'all made your own communities. Y'all said you had your own culture, separate from us. So now that you're in trouble, you want to claim blackness? You want to say that Trump already was targeting black people? Us? He wasn't targeting you then. You're not black, right?
I need one reason why Somalians, they say they are not blacks. I have a lot of friends that are Somalian. I love their women. Of the Somalians that I know are nice people, amazing. But I want y'all to give me one reason why you guys say you are not blacks. You are Somali or Somalians. Us as Africans, as blacks, we want to know that reason. Because it seems like some of you Somalians are getting out of hands. So we need to know. Nothing's alive, not joke.
I'm sorry, but some Somalians need to take accountability for what is happening in Minnesota. I have not seen one Somalian take accountability and say, you know what? It's not all Somalians that are doing this. I'm so sick and tired of some people playing the race card. What is wrong is wrong. If you're doing something wrong, you're doing something wrong. Take accountability and responsibility and move on with life. Because at this point, it's not only affecting Somalian people, it's also affecting us as a black community. Now it's like on top of the general stereotype that we have, now it's another stereotype. Like, come on. When are we going to take accountability? When are we going to be responsible and be like, you know what? There's a tree, and just because there's like few apples that have gone bad doesn't necessarily make the whole apple tree, have bad apples. But from the outside looking in, everybody is going to think that they just look at them. They'll all just be stealing money from taxpayers. I'm a taxpayer. I pay tax. I pay my tax. I'm an American. So I'm not liking the fact that some of these money that is supposed to be used to actually help people that need help is going towards people that don't need it.
But first things first, I'm actually so shocked that Trump is attacking us. I think Trump should be thanking us in multiple ways, and I'm going to explain. First things first, I think we are a good example of what the American dream can look like. Like, Somali Americans, and it's making me sad and it's funny. Like, I know Somali people are very funny. We're like the class clan who also happens to be valedictorian. Somalis in Minnesota are so successful. I take multiple trips a year to Minnesota and I leave so inspired. You have Somali-owned law firms, Somali-owned pharmacies, Somali-owned everything you can think of. And it's so inspiring to see that what my community could do in just 30 years. Literally, we came to this country not speaking English, not knowing anything. We're Black, Muslim, we're immigrant, and we're able to be that successful. It should be really applauded.
No, you guys are not that successful in Minnesota. 89% of immigrant Somali households are on some type of welfare. If you look above my head, you'll see that 23% are on cash. If we go over to food stamps, you'll see that 62% are on food stamps. If we go to Medicaid, you'll see that 86% are on Medicaid. So 89% of Somali immigrant families that have children are on some type of welfare in the United States. 89%. And this is coming from the Center for Immigration Studies. Now, in the vast majority of cases, if someone is on Medicaid, they are a net recipient in tax dollars, meaning the value of the benefits they receive from the government is more than they pay into the federal tax system. Again, that means they're a net recipient. They are taking from the system more than they're contributing to the system. So essentially 9 out of 10 Somali immigrant families that have children are taking more in dollars than they are giving to our federal tax system. I wouldn't define that as success. Let's keep it real.
Somali people have clearly stated that if you're a Black American like myself, that we're not the same. They're saying, hey, no, we're Somali. You guys are American. I know we're the same skin color, but we're different. They're saying all Americans. So if you're from America here, no matter the color of your skin, they're going to take over all Americans. And they're saying we're Somali. So that's a clear distinction. Clear difference. And they're saying, hey, no, we don't want to be them. We're not them. We're separate. Don't call us your brother. They're saying, you Blacks in America, we're not your brothers. We're from Somalia. We have our own brothers. You guys have your own brothers, which is all Americans.
I mean, listen, some people could learn some stuff from them.
So this made me do a little bit of research because I'm seated here and it's not a good look when you get to sit down and you want to justify to a particular group of people that, yo, you know what? You typically are African and you are a Black person. So now, in the whole of Africa as a continent, we do have 54 countries. And surprisingly, Somali is one of those countries. So in my research, I find that due to intermarriages, intermingling, and trade and all that, so the Somali people got to interact with most people who are from the Arabic nation. And right now, you can't tell me with that theory, okay, for instance, if during slavery and colonization, our forefathers were taken to parts of Europe, in America and all that. Yes, they were taken there. And my ancestral people got to intermarry with people from America. Some of them got married to the white community. Well, that will only make me be part of the American people because I was born there. But when I trace my ancestral spirit, I will be Black. So ladies and gentlemen, one of the major reasons that it's still a debate in most African countries will be, number one, it will be colorism. We have a lot of issues when it comes to colorism. And most Somalis, in most videos that probably you have come across, compare their skin color with the Black people. And I'm like, I have friends who are lighter than my complexion. I have friends who are more light. And I've never had them question if they're Africans, if they're Black people or not. So recently, we've had issues with Somali people in Minnesota, and most of you have actually seen that. And there's no any single person who has come forth and condemned the act. No, not even one in Somali. Not even one Somali person has come forward and said, you know what, this is just a particular group of people who are doing such and such, because they think it's normal. That is how they do stuffs. That is how they do stuffs. And it's sickening when you find yourself in that trouble, yet you've never been part of any black people's struggle. Now you want black people to stand up, go to the road and say, you know what, Trump, you're not doing this to Somali people because you say you're Somali people. In fact, in most videos that I've seen, you associate yourselves with the Arabic people. Where are the Arabic people? I mean, even try right now, try to seek refuge into those Arabic countries that you feel more satisfied to associate with. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's really, this is one of the videos that I don't really like making, because it gets me boiled to a point and it gets me question like, who wouldn't want to be an African person? Who doesn't want to be a black person? Black people are peaceful. Black people are culture oriented. I've seen tourists. I've seen tourists, you know, coming to Kenya specifically. I've seen them going to Nigeria and they get better treated, something that a normal black person can never receive in Europe, in America and all that. And then we have this set of people who are constantly saying they don't want anything to do with blacks because they're not black. So I want the Somali people to come forth and tell us, make us understand, educate us, school us, tell us, why do you think you're not African? Yeah, because up to this point, I feel like we should cut that part of Africa and just let the Somali people have their own, you know, their own universe, or maybe you can just create your own planet, because this is a fight that hasn't started today. This is something that is happening globally and all that. And I'm like, if you're not associating yourself with the black, who are you? I mean, like, let us know, let us learn your origin. We have all the time. Let us learn to get to understand where you guys came from, because typically you are of Africa rather. Your original home is African Somalians, and the better you get to understand this, the sooner you get to understand this, the better. Because there are fights that, trust me, you're going to need black people to be at the front line to fight for your rights and all that. And up to this point, it's up to you to decide. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yvonne, just in case you're new here. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for being part of this journey. To my new subscribers, thank you for becoming part of my online family. And if you like this video, share. Tell me what you think. Comment below. Do you think we need answers as well? Because at this point of time, we feel like we are really confused. Until next time, cheers.